What is up guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope all of you are doing pretty good. So today we're going to discuss about hill training for soccer players, for speed, for agility and for change of direction. So before going to the workout, we're going to discuss about why sprint training is important, why the gradient training is very beneficial for track athlete, for team sport athlete, everyone. Because of the fact that hill training is more of a mechanical aspect, a technical aspect. It improves your technical aspect because it is very hard to have a poor form when you are performing hill training or gradient training. And the other thing is that it gives you high neuromuscular response when you are doing hill training. So it is also mentally fatiguing. It also prepares athlete to mentally, because it is very hard. It's fatiguing on your muscles, on your central nervous system. So it gets that overall response when you see for neuromuscular CNS response and muscular response as well, and technical response as well. So it is very good to train hill training or gradient training wherever there is slope. It is very good to train, and we have often seen that track and field athletes do these kind of training more often because there's a linear aspect, but it is very beneficial for team sport athletes as well, where there is a lot of change of direction, there is stop and go deceleration, and we will talk about this further in this video. So it is very important for team sport as well. If you train it properly, if you give different type of training on different sessions, focus on different type of aspects in different sessions, it will be very helpful. For example, in one session you will just do linear for your acceleration, for your mechanics, for your technical thing, and then other you will focus on agility, change of direction. That's what we're gonna do today. When you see a soccer game, a soccer or football player, there is not a lot of maximal effort sprints, like maximum peak velocity. A soccer player does not achieve his maximal velocity more often in training. It's often like 30 to 40 meters and then he changes the direction. So football or soccer is more of an acceleration based sport. When you accelerate, then you stop, and then you move and change of direction. There are around 1500 to 2000 change of direction every 3 and 4 seconds in a soccer game. So it's always an acceleration a sport and change of direction sport. So yes, this training will help us to improve our acceleration, deceleration and change of direction. So we'll start whenever you do any sessions, or whether it's in gym or outdoors or wherever, warm-up is very important. Why I say this, because warm-up not only warms your muscle, but it gets into that it gets yourself into that mental zone it prepares you for the further session, the session which is ahead of us. It gives you mental preparation, and if your warm-up is not to the mark, if you have noticed, your session will suck. So warm-up is very important. We'll do some very low intensity side shuffles and back pedals and everything for around 10 to 15 dynamic warm-up, so that we get those muscle firing and we get in the zone. And then after warm-up, we'll do some technical drills. Yes, the purpose of this session was not technical, it was more agility and change of direction, but we'll focus 5 to 10 minutes on technical, like your high knees, your butt kicks, your back pedals, so that you get those hip flexors, your glutes, your abductors and adductors firing when you are doing that lateral movement. So yes, some technical drills around 5 to 10 minutes, and then we'll get to actual drills. So the first exercise we are starting is very basic, but the distance we are taking is around 30 to 40 meters, because as I told you guys that in a soccer game, a player doesn't reach maximum velocity that often. There's always an acceleration aspect and then change of direction. So 30 to 40 meters is good distance to work on, and then we'll just run and decelerate and hug the cone or get around the cone and then move to other cone. This is a very good exercise to teach an athlete to decelerate and then have a quick and choppy feed. So this is a very good drill to get things going, to help you decelerate. And again, we'll do that in different planes, because when you see the specificity of the sport, it is not only linear. You have to move sideways, you have to shuffle sideways, so the movement is in different planes, so we have to train that way. So one will do linearly facing right in the center, and we'll do laterally. The focus when you do laterally is your hip flip, or getting that knee flipping and doing those crossover steps, because those shuffles will not help you. The crossover steps will help you to move quickly and more efficiently. So the focus will be on whenever you're doing side movement, the focus will be on decelerating while doing side lateral work, while crossing over your leg or crossing over your knee. So this will help you to decelerate in different planes and different body positions. So the first drill is that. Second is for change of direction. Now this is again, we are working only on 30 to 40 meters because small space, and then we are running to second cone. We are quickly changing the direction and coming back to the first cone, and then going around the cone and then burst the sprint. So this is a good exercise to change of direction quickly and suddenly. So whenever you are running, for example, you're a right back, you're running, and then you lose the possession, your teammate loses the possession, you need to run back. So that is like quickly flip the hip and get back towards your goal, or to save your goal. So this is a very good exercise in small space. Work quickly, flip your hips, get a good low shin angle, get very low, and teach the athlete to have a very low center of gravity whenever they are moving, because change of direction is the main component of change of direction is having your body low and having that low center of gravity. So this drill will teach the athlete to stay low whenever they are changing direction or hugging that cone, and then moving and getting a good shin angle and then burst. Third drill we are seeing is that quick shuffle. So the distance between the two cone is very less, so we need to do quick shuffles, and then your coach or someone will give cue that go. So on that cue go, you need to run around 10 to 15 or 20 meters, but the shuffles should be quick and choppy. You need to get out of that hole quickly and move very efficiently laterally, and then when your coach or someone gives the cue go, you need to quickly flip the hips and run towards the target. Your eyes should be on the target where you want to go, and then you need to a quick burst. This is the workout, the session I did for soccer, for change of direction, for agility. It was very small session, around 40 minutes. That's it. You do quality work and then you get out. That's it. That was the purpose of this session. So whenever you're doing these kind of drills or these kind of sessions where it is neurologically fatiguing, the purpose of these sessions should be quality. So you get in, you do quality reps, quality sets, and then get the purpose out of the session, and then you stop it. You don't have to push. Yes, there are some certain sessions when you do push hard, but today was not that session. Today it was just doing quality work, doing whatever, like 3 or 5 reps of each and every exercise, of couple of sets or 3 sets, doing quality works with quality rest. After every set there was 2 to 3 minutes rest, because you need to recover properly, and whenever you recover properly, then only you can have that quality rep again and again. So the purpose was quality session, and we got this quality session. So I hope this helped you guys, and I'll see you until next time. Thank you and goodbye.